Hi, I'm Carl Dixon, Assistant Teaching Professor of Percussion here at CU-Boulder. This is the snare drum etude for 2026 Colorado All-State Band, etude number 31 from Anthony Cerrone's Portraits in Rhythm. I think this is a great etude that shows a lot of different kinds of challenges in technique, but also in musicality and style. So I'll go through a few things that I think are interesting to me and might be helpful to you preparing this piece for all-state auditions or college auditions here at CU. This piece is a theme and variations. That means that there's a musical theme that's introduced in the beginning here in the first 6 measures, and then variation 1, 2, and 3 that you play for all-state take that theme and transform it somehow. In variation 1, that's transformed through adding different ornaments. In variation 2, it's transformed into a quick waltz tempo. And in variation 3, a quiet but intense allegro. The theme starts off and the rhythms are pretty simple. There's not a lot of information added to the rhythms. So right away, I think you have a chance to show some musicality and style in the way that you play this. So what I think is interesting is in this kind of moderate andante tempo, a walking tempo, to phrase a little bit with a little bit more weight on the 1 and the 3, the strongest beats in a 4/4, in an andante. So I just put a little bit more weight and make those notes a little bit louder, and in between kind of make shapes that land and arrive on those heavier downbeats. So instead of just playing flat like this, I think it has more character and feels more like a cheerful walk if I play it like this. That gives me a nice shape of the phrase and the meter, not just the individual notes. In that roll, in the first measure, at this tempo, I'm playing 6 buzz strokes before the downbeat. So my hands play this rhythm. When I add those buzzes, I get this. Okay, and then in the 5th measure, similar concept there. I'm using only 3 buzzes on the 8th notes. In measure 5, I play this. So when I practice those rhythms without the buzzes, it helps me hear that I'm playing in time and that I understand which hand I'm starting and ending the rolls on. In variation 1, you take the same rhythm, the same music that we had in the theme, but decorate it with all of these different ornaments of the snare drum. We have flams with 1 grace note, 3-stroke drags with 2 grace notes and a main note, the 4-stroke drag that has 3 grace notes and a main note. I play those right, left, left, right in this piece. Four grace notes plus a main note makes a 5-stroke roll. Right, right, left, left, right. In all of those ornaments, it's really important that the final note be in time, and that the grace notes come right before the main note, and you anticipate in a way that you start it so that it ends in time. So one way I would practice those different ornaments in tempo is to just put the metronome on here and play through those different ornaments, really making sure that my final note is always in time. In variation 1, there are a couple spots with flams in the middle of some 16th notes, and when I see that, I recognize some of those patterns as different snare drum rudiments. For example, in measure 2 of variation 1, I play the first beat there, right, right, left, left, right, just like a flam tap. You could make many different stickings here, and you're free to choose the one that gets you the best sound. For me, the flam tap there is something that I've practiced a long, long time. So when I see it, it's very familiar, and I know my sticks know where to move and stay in time and get a good sound and good balance as well. Similar thing in measure 4 of variation 1. The second beat is a little bit different, but first beat I play as a flam tap, and that works well for me. In measure 5 of variation 1, I'm going to play the main rhythm all on my right hand and just the roughs or the drags with my left hand. This is a tricky one because you need to squeeze those grace notes in between the 16th notes. In variation 2, I take the theme, but the rhythm is transformed into this waltz tempo. So the same tempo that I started at the beginning, 1, 2, 3, and 4, becomes 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. And in this waltz tempo, I always want to play the downbeat a little bit heavier and then very light on the second and third beats. So instead of this sound, I want a little bit more weight on the downbeats and less on everything else. That keeps it kind of flowing, and it feels more in the style of a waltz, which is a dancing rhythm, right? So the way that we play the rhythms is meant to evoke the feeling of dancing a waltz. In variation 3, the big challenge is playing fast rhythms at a quiet dynamic, and also making a very clear distinction between the accents and the notes without accents. So a couple things that I will do. Eventually, I will play my sticks a little bit closer to the edge, not here in the center, but here. On this drum, that creates a brighter, lighter sound, which I think is a better sound for that dynamic. And it helps me play a little bit softer as well. So that's a nice sound for the piano. In order for me to get good at making the accents really clear and having a really well-defined distinction between the notes without accents and then the ones with accents, I'm going to practice it this way, where I play the notes without accents very low, but the accents very big, very tall, so I can really feel and see and hear the difference, okay? So if I do that a little bit slower, it would sound like this. That's the big challenge. I recommend taking it slow and loud first, and then you can make it quicker and also bring the whole dynamic down here. On the rolls in this variation, I'm playing the same 16th note hand speed. So I play essentially a 9-stroke roll with the buzzes on the first measure. Okay? That helps it keep moving in the same tempo so I don't speed up or slow down when I get to the rolls. A couple of general things. I have this concert drum tuned up. to a kind of common middle range tension. That's a good sound, I think, for this piece. I also have a little bit of leather sitting on the top of the head that dampens. And this is really helpful, especially for that last part. If I had played that without the mute, the drum is ringing a lot and it makes it hard to hear the actual notes. With this mute, it's much more clear and easy for me to hear those fast rhythms, especially at a soft dynamic. That will really help with a recorded audition and is even helpful live in this room that has a little bit of ring to it already. So that helps me get a good sound where I can hear all the rhythms clearly. Also helps me hear all the ornaments in variation 1 pretty well too. That's it. I hope you found some of those tips helpful and useful in your preparation. If you have more questions about percussion here at CU, this music for Colorado All-State Bands, and any other audition, including auditions here at the College of Music, please get in touch with us and we'll help you out. We have an event happening right here at CU on November 2nd. This will be an audition prep day for percussionists, especially those preparing for Colorado All-State Band auditions and for auditions here at the College of Music at CU. So you can find out more about that in the links, and we'll hope to see you here for that prep day on November 2nd and auditions here for the College of Music later in January and February. Thanks.